there, this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are all here. If you are a new viewer, I want to say welcome. I am so glad that you've discovered the channel. All right, we are doing a pick a card today. We're looking for love messages for you. So let's see what we can find out. We have several decks set out here today. I have the Mystical Manga Tarot here. I have the Witches Tarot, and I have the Steampunk Tarot. I also have an Oracle card deck. This is the Magic of You Oracle. And then I have my deck of playing cards. So we're going to see what kind of information and insight we can get. What I'm going to do, I am going to live shuffle, and then I'll be setting out 3 piles, for which then I will invite you to select your pile. I will put timestamps in the description. That way, if you do not want to see the shuffling, or if you just want to jump ahead to your pile, you can do so easily. All right. Well, with that all being said, let's get started. Okay, here we are. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is calm your mind. Think of the question, what love messages are there for me? See where your attention is drawn and select your pile. If you need extra time, please feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, pile 1. Let's find out what you have. What love messages, what love messages are there for you? All right. Whoops. Okay, and for our playing card, we have 10. And for our oracle card, we have protection, set personal boundaries. Ooh, okay. So let's pull it all in together. Love messages. Right off the bat, I'm seeing the devil. First of all, don't worry, the devil is not evil. The devil, though, does speak to, potentially you have somebody who is maybe not so good for you. You're either, maybe you're single and you're looking, or maybe you're in a relationship and this is your current partner. But the devil points out that this person coming in might not be who you are meant to be with. They might not be so good for you. I know this because we also have our 5 of Swords, which talks about winners and losers. It talks about kind of rushing into things too soon. So if you are single, this is a little bit of a warning for you. Don't, when we have the devil card, that I always think of like the bad boy, like how, or the bad girl or whatever, the one that's bad for us, that we somehow are drawn to for some reason. And it's usually those people that we jump into things pretty quickly with too. It's kind of like that whirlwind type of feeling. So it looks like something is coming or changing in your current relationship, or coming if you're single. And you're being told here that you might need to sort of watch out for that. Watch out for that. I'm seeing here with our Queen of Coins, this is Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a queen who is, she's a queen, so she's very stable, things like that. But this card brings with it an energy that part one is usually great, but part two is not so great. Why? Because there's no plan. Our Queen of Coins is great at setting things up, but she's not so great on the follow through. So this is definitely saying that you really do need to be thinking of the long term, not just that initial excitement that you might have when you meet somebody, or if you're with somebody, that is that the reason you're together? Think about it. Is it? Not sure. Maybe though. But anyway, the same message applies, that it's, part one is great, but there's no part two. So being able to be forward thinking and thinking about the consequences of the long term, that's very important. That way you can make your judgment about this person that you're either with or that's on their way to you. Next, we have our Five of Cups. This talks about kind of being disappointed and having kind of being upset and sad, a broken heart type of thing. So it looks like this is a time for you that is very emotional in terms of, in terms of love, obviously. But, again, I'm not sure if you're single or with somebody when you're listening to this, but it looks like things aren't going so well. It looks like things aren't going so well. But I have great news. I have great news. We have our King of Coins here and our World card. The King of Coins, that's the King of Pentacles. And our King of Pentacles is somebody who's very stable, but he is somebody who's really apt to let somebody else kind of do the, follow through on things, which is interesting because we have our Queen of Coins right here. So we have our King and our Queen. So it typically, court cards are personality types, not always, but typically. So what this looks like is the two of you, actually. What an interesting thing that this King of Coins is saying, I can't follow through on it. I want to watch you do it. But yet your energy is saying, I also don't follow through on it. So it looks like we're dealing with two people coming together who have kind of the same thing. One is looking to the other to sort of be planning, or to be making it right, or to be fixing it, or, whatever. You're both looking at each other to do this. And obviously, one of you has to step up and do that, which is where the good news comes in. The World card talks about long-term relationships. Somebody might be coming in. If you're single, somebody might be coming in from a long distance. This person might be coming in from a long distance. If you are in a relationship, though, things do seem to be kind of taking a turn. I think, that excitement when you meet somebody, and that bad boy, bad girl kind of mentality is exciting. But if you are being forward thinking and, taking it to the next level, so to speak, then, you have the chance for the world. That's awesome. But the thing is that you should be aware of, it looks like you're both kind of looking to the other one to sort of take it to that next step, So this brings us to our Oracle card, setting personal boundaries. So with your person who might be maybe not so good for you, you're going to need to make sure to protect yourself, to set those boundaries. Enjoy it, explore it, whatever it is that you want to do, or if it's your current partner, see how it plays out. But either case, the cards are saying you need to set some boundaries for yourself. Sometimes setting boundaries means that you're taking time for yourself. You're saying, this is my time, whether it means you have to lock yourself in the bathroom and just listen to music or take a shower or whatever, or if you have time and you can go take a walk or sit out in nature, or that's the physical boundaries. But there's also personal boundaries, things that you're not willing to accept or things that just cross the line for you. So this is saying, set those lines, figure out what it is you can take and tolerate, or what is fair for you to tolerate. Again, what you're willing. And this devil card, this person who might just be a little on the risky edge of things, might be okay if you set these boundaries. You do have the world card, so that looks like it's, going in the right direction. Now I have even better news. Our playing card is the 10 of clubs. Tens are for completion. So tens talk about getting things all together. The 10, along with the world, are pretty much saying the same thing in terms of achieving this long-term relationship that you're seeking. So let's just sum it up. If you're single, it looks like somebody is coming in. The message is to watch out. This person may not be so great for you, maybe just a lot of fun. You have to make that decision. If you're with somebody, this is talking about a new chapter in your relationship. The advice is that you're both kind of looking at each other to sort of be planning and looking forward and making sure that there's more to the relationship than just the excitement. So one of you is going to need to pick that up. We don't want to end up with this 5 of Cups energy, which is that sadness and things like that. So, ooh, pile 1, what do you think? Ooh, I hope this was helpful. Lots of great information in here. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Does this make sense? Did it help? Ooh, I would love to hear. And if you haven't already, please make sure to go ahead and hit subscribe. It really helps me out. Plus, I never want you to miss out on a video. All right, friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Pile number 2. All right, pile 2. Let's find out what you've got. Okay, so I'm going to see what we've got. All right. So let me move that down. Sorry. All right, that's better. All right, so let's see what we've got. All right, so we're looking at love messages for you, pile 2, and we've got a couple things going on right now. It seems that you might be looking in the wrong place if you're single. If you're single, you need to kind of look in a different place, or maybe even, really review the criteria that you have when you're trying to, be with somebody. If you're in a relationship, I am seeing that there might be some upset going on right now. There might even be some risk of breakup, something like that. Our 7 of Swords, that talks about kind of leaving something behind, right? And in order to get over that energy, you have to have Hanged Man energy. Hanged Man is talking about looking at things differently. So again, in a relationship, the upheaval, with looking at things a little differently and taking a new approach, that does seem to be easily resolved. However, something that you need to pay attention to, by all means. If you are single, it does look like you are looking in the wrong places, my friend. yeah, you're looking in the wrong places. So we're going here, heading into the Wheel of Fortune. Our Wheel of Fortune talks about whatever goes around kind of comes around. And if it is the situation in the relationship that's not going well, things are kind of moving. What comes around goes around, right? It's coming around, it's going up. Things are moving. That's how our wheel works. That spins and spins and spins. People are going up, people are coming down, and it repeats, right? So we don't want to have a repeat performance. If you're single, we don't want to keep meeting the same kinds of people that we always meet, right? It's not going well. Either case, relationship or single, something's not right. Something is not right. I think you need to remember that you do have power in this situation. You have the power, and especially in a sense of being single, you have the power to say who you're looking for and who you're not. And you need to kind of look at that and kind of reevaluate, perhaps, or at least just strengthen your commitment to what it is you want, what you're looking for, and what's going to make you happy. If you're in that relationship, also the same applies with the power. You need to remember you have power that you are not using. This looking at things differently. We don't want the pattern to keep repeating. We don't want to keep arguing or feeling left behind in some way. We don't want it just to keep repeating. We want to be able to, come out the other side and be able to move on, right? We don't want to keep repeating. The same is true if you're a single person dating. You don't want to keep bringing the same people you're bringing in. The same people you're bringing in are not working. That's why the wheel keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, right? Again, remember your power. You have power more than you realize. That's what the devil card pops up for. Don't worry, the devil is not the devil. No evil going on, but that is what the card is. Next, we have our Eight of Pentacles. This is talking about needing to take the time to develop a relationship, to get things on the right footing. If you're in a relationship now, this next chapter, you kind of have a decision to make. You need to really decide that you are going to communicate and you are going to use your power and say what it is you want or need. Single, same thing applies to you in terms of what you're looking for. So that means you have to really give it some thought. It's not just going to land in your lap, this great idea, this epiphany, and now everything's going to be different. You got to really think about it and kind of pay attention to the details in there and figure out what it is that's going to give you the most satisfaction out of a relationship. Now here we've got our Two of Pentacles. This is a 2, so this is about choices. This is about partnership. This looks like, this is going to take some time. You have to be willing to put the time in. We've got our Eight of Pentacles, right? We need to put some time in, and we've got our 2 here talking about balancing things, making choices. In order to make that choice, you have to allow the appropriate amount of time. If you are single, you need to date for a while. You can't just be saying after one date, let's move in together. I love you, yada, yada, yada. You can't do that. You don't want to fall prey to the wrong person again, right? You feel like it really seems like you feel you are, you just keep getting the wrong one type of vibe, And in your current relationship, you're having some struggles, it looks like. So the Two of Pentacles says, let's kind of balance this out a little bit. Let's take a step back and look at this a little more logically. Take the emotion out of things to be able to see things more clearly. Let's take a look at our Oracle card. We have Lovaria, let love grow. Whoa, that is really fitting for our spread. Let love grow. Well, it's not going to grow unless you water it, right? That's the work. That's the work. That's going to make it grow. Now, if you are ignoring a plant, you don't water it, you don't put sunshine on it, you don't pull the weeds, you don't do any of that, what's going to happen? That thing's going to die. right? So it does talk about you need to put the work in, but it's super important to remember the Hanged Man is saying you need to look in a different direction. If you're with somebody, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to break up or leave, but it means you have to be looking at ways to communicate better. You need to be looking at what it is that is working as a couple and as a family. I don't know if you guys have children or a home or what you guys have, or if you're just dating maybe. Either way, though, something has to change, because things are not destined to be going very well right now. Again, single, super important too. Change what you're looking for. Let the love grow. Take the time. Here's our balance, right? This is our practical card. We're going to balance this out. We're going to spend some time. Now, let's look at our playing card. We have the 8 of Spades. Eights are all about advancement. So you are going to be moving forward. Your love life definitely is going to move, but you are actively being called to be a participant in this. And by a participant, I don't mean just being present. Like, of course I'm participating. I'm there, aren't I? I don't mean just like that. I mean actively be thinking, working, and, change the way you think about things. Change the way you're looking at things to get a better result. And, communication is super, super important. So making sure that the people you're dealing with know what it is you want, what you expect. Our 7 of Swords kind of looks to me like you might be having a hard time communicating. Same with our shadow side. So what this says is, you do have the power to do this. You need to have that confidence. You have this within you. So, this is not something you should be afraid of, fearful of, or avoiding, these kinds of things. Now, if it's a new person, you're not going to walk up to them and be like, here's my list of what I say. No, but what you're going to do is you're going to spend time with this person, and you're going to make sure that they are meeting the criteria on your list. And when the time is right, if you need to say certain things to make sure they're known, well, then obviously that's when you'll do that. But the messages apply both to single and relationships. So I definitely think the Let the Love Grow Oracle card is speaking very much about that time and effort. So it's going to take a bit, but you definitely need to be an active participant in the work. Might be work on yourself if you're single, might be work on a relationship if you're with somebody, but the work has to go into it so that you can attract the right person and so that you can turn the page in your relationship. Ooh, pile 2, what do you think? Ooh, please let me know. Drop a comment. Does this resonate for you? Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, leave a comment. And if you haven't already, please make sure to hit subscribe. It helps me out so much, and I never want you to miss out on another video. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Pile number 3. All right, pile 3. Let's find out what is going on for you. What love messages are here for you? All right, let's see what we've got going on. All right, so let's take a look here. Wow. All right. So here our 4 of Pentacles is telling me that one of the things that you need to hear is that you need to open up your heart. You need to open up a bit. Perhaps you've been hurt. Perhaps, things aren't going well, things in your life, and you're afraid to open up to somebody else. But you definitely need to open up. Our 4 of Pentacles is saying, don't hold that back. Don't hold back. Get out there again, or open up to your partner, depending if you're in a relationship or single. it's time to open up your heart, time to open up. So notice we have a Four of Pentacles, and then we have our Four of Wands. We've got two fours right next to each other. Four is the number for stability, and the Four of Wands, this is also for stability. This is about a foundation. This is about growing something. You're closed off. You're closed off right now. And this is saying that you have that right there, but if you keep yourself closed off, it won't have the opportunity to grow and turn into the next level, whether that's a connection in the first place, starting a relationship, or moving on to the next chapter, or deepening your connection with your current partner. You need to open up. You really need to open up. Here we've got our Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles is kind of about balancing sort of like the physical aspects of life. You might have a lot of things going on that don't involve anything with emotions. Maybe you're busy with work. You've got friends. You've got your home. You've got your children. Whatever else you're doing. And that's keeping you preoccupied. You're trying to balance that, so you're busy. You're busy doing that. But this is saying, for a true deep connection, you need to open up your heart. That doesn't mean that you don't have to pay attention to the rest of the areas of your life. Of course you do, but you need to open it up. You are very focused on those. You're overly focused on that, whereas you should be opening up your heart to bring in this new love that's coming in. New love meaning new person, or new love meaning a renewed sense of love in your current relationship. So apply it as however it applies to you. We have the World card. This is awesome in this type of a love reading. Love messages, the potential for a long-term relationship is there. This is the card that says long-term relationships are successful. If you are single, this is also saying that, it might be somebody long distance who you're going to meet. If you're together, maybe your spouse, your person, your partner, maybe they have to travel a lot for work or whatever. Maybe you're traveling, but there is a distance implied here. Not that it can't work or it's not working, but there is a distance in there. The World card is very good for long-term relationships too, as I said, and it's kind of like the wishes card. It says, wishes are fulfilled. So, you're wanting this love, this next chapter, but you're not open. Your heart is not open right now. You need to open your heart. It's right there, and I do see somebody coming. We've got our Ace of Wands. So this is all about new passion. This is all about a new opportunity to grow. So, we've got some good things coming, but I do think the key is opening up your heart. Now, here we have the Moon. The Moon is talking about the next phase of your life. It is really a great card that shows that you can make it through anything, and the next phase of your life is ready to be here. It's a new person or it's a new chapter, but it is ready. You're ready. It's right here. You just have to let it in. And then once you start, moving forward and letting it in, then that's where our good luck starts to happen. That's where we're getting our foundation back in order. Our wishes are coming true. We're having that fulfilling relationship. It allows you the opportunity to grow. Our Moon card says, you know what? Sometimes there's emotional pressure, from others and things. We have to shut that out. We have to just focus on ourselves, our lives, what we're doing, what other people are, emotional pressure could be people trying to persuade you, people trying to say, I think you should be, doing this or doing that. You need to not allow the emotional pressure to get in the way, because that's probably why you have your heart closed off. You might have received some emotional pressure before, and you're like, I'm not letting that happen again, that kind of a thing. Well, this is saying you don't need to let it bother you. The Moon pulls you through. If you can see here on this card, there is a crab, and there's usually a dog. Oh, there he is. There's the dog and a scorpion. And then, this crab is getting pulled through. the being pulled through so that there is no danger. There's no barking dog. There's no scorpion. There's no scary towers. The moon pulls you, and you just know that it's going to take you where you need to grow, right? Where you need to go, I mean. All right, so let's look at our oracle card. Opulence. It's time to lead. Ooh, I think that you need to lead yourself. Ooh, and you know what I mean by that? I mean that you need to lead yourself out of your the reason you shut off your heart is because you've got a lot of things in your heart. So shutting off your heart doesn't mean you don't have feelings, that you don't care, that you don't love. It means that you've shut it off on because you have so much feelings. Do you see what I mean? You have so many feelings. So I think this is saying it's time to lead. It's time to lead yourself out and forward. Connections that we have are driven by both people, right? And if one person is going to be keeping themselves shut off, they're either A, going to remain alone, or B, they're not going to be able to advance in their current relationship, right? So, this very much is saying that you need to lead. You need to lead yourself out of this box, out of the box that you've put your heart in. You need to take that chance. You need to let your heart out and see what's going to happen. You have to take the chance. If you don't take the chance, you're never going to get what it is you're wanting, what you're looking for, what you're seeking. If you don't ever try, you'll never know, right? So it's time to open that up. Open that up. Now our playing card is the Queen. So the Queen is a 12, which makes the Queen a 3 in numerology. So this would be for creativity. So, getting creative with things. Following the same pattern that you have in the past has led you to heartbreak, perhaps in the past, right? So this talks about doing things differently. When you meet this person or when you go back and re-engage with your current partner, trying some different ways of talking about things, different ways that you look for people, where you meet people, how you interact with people. Be creative, do something different. In fact, that's how you're going to lead yourself. You're going to think of a new creative way, a new way to move forward. Definitely time to lead. And then you can also say that being, time to lead, other people follow you when you are a leader, right? You're leading yourself out, and other people are going to also pick up on that leadership vibe, right? They're going to feel that, and they're going to follow your lead. So the more love you're showing, the more love you're going to be getting in return. So, yeah, woo, pile 3. This was really informative. What do you think? I would love to hear what your thoughts are. This seemed very informative to me, very helpful, especially with that heart in a box. Let me know what you think, though. I would like to hear what you're thinking. Drop me a comment. And of course, before you head out, please make sure to hit subscribe for me. It helps me out so much. And also, I never want you to miss out on a video. All right, my friend, thank you so much for letting me read for you.